Welcome back, Fantasy Endgame fan. We got another real fantasy football draft tonight against our subscribers. A little unique tonight. We're going to be starting this draft in about 5 minutes here. A lot of good drafters in this draft tonight, as there were last night. This one's a little bit different. It's redraft. It's just like your normal redraft league. You can add players, drop players. You can trade with other players. You play a head-to-head matchup every week with somebody. The only difference is this is best ball, so you don't set your lineup. So we're going to draft a little bit bigger of a team tonight, and then at the end of the week, the computer is automatically going to set your best lineup. And if your best lineup is better than your opponent's best lineup, you take home the W. So just like typical redraft, but without having to worry about start-sit decisions. Should be a lot of fun tonight. 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flex. So it's a pretty deep league. As you can see, we're going 15 rounds deep tonight with no kicker or defense. So that's 15 players. So there will be a decent amount on the waiver wire, and I think this is going to give people some flexibility in how they draft certain positions. We'll see how it goes. It should be very interesting here. Clayton at the 101. The one spot he says he has no practice with. I'm sure you'll be fine. Sure, you will be fine. All right, we still got a couple people that aren't green. Well, I know Clayton's on, but it doesn't show him green, but it's fine. All right, let's jump to some questions while we wait for the draft to start here. So Rahul's got a 10 team. Half PPR's got Kyler. That's good. Resalt Derrick Henry. That's good. Evans, Moore, Flowers. Okay for a 10 teamer. Mostert, McBride. That's good for a 10 teamer. And Jaleel, Dobbs, Watson, Coleman, and Spears on the bench. Yeah, I'd like to have one. I'm guessing you went Paul Henry Evans, is my guess. I would like to have one higher end wide receiver in a 10 teamer. But you do have Hall and Henry. You do have Kyler. You do have McBride. You still have good wide receivers. But I just think in a 10 teamer, I'd like it if I had one more, true wide receiver one, or just one true wide receiver one. Still solid. I'm going to give it an 8. And then he's got an 8-teamer, also half PPR. Dak, Gibbs, Cook, Jettas, London, Evans, Cup, Kincaid. Kyler, Rashee Rice. Yeah. Warren, Ford, and Worthy. Really don't think you need 2 QBs in an 8-teamer. I mean, there should be plenty of QBs on the waiver wire. Gibbs and James Cook, good at running back. Jettas, London, Evans, Cup, Kincaid. Again, I feel like it's not a bad team, but I feel like for an 8-teamer, it's maybe a little lacking in studs. I mean, Gibbs should be a stud. Jefferson should be a stud. London should be a stud. Evans, Cup, I'm on the fence. I think they'll be good, but I don't know if they'll be stud worthy. Kincaid should be a stud. And then, I mean, I don't know if you took Dak before Kyler or Kyler before Dak, but I would not have taken a second QB in an 8-teamer personally. So again, I'm going to give this one an 8 as well. Marquise, what's up, buddy? Benny in the draft on the stream. What's up? Bobby Digital, what's up? Tom Brady, TB, what's up? How does Samaje Perine affect Isaiah Pacheco? I mean, maybe Perine gets the McKinnon role, which would hurt his pass catching upside a little bit. But that's really it. I don't think Perine is a major threat to Isaiah Pacheco. Personally. Bobby's still debating on his settings for 12-man Superflex. Man, I told you how I feel. I like in Superflex, I like 4-point passing touchdown. How many flexes? I think it depends on how skilled and deep you want the league to be. The more skilled the players are, like the more they know, the more they do their research, the more flexes you can probably have. Less flexes, usually better for people who are more casual type players. All right, here we go. Clayton on the clock at the 101. Again, PPR, 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 flexes, but it's best ball with head-to-head. Cash money, Neighbors or Amari Cooper? I'm personally going Amari Cooper. I know a lot of people probably would pick Neighbors. I think Cooper will be better. I'm going to trust Cooper. He was good last year. He'll be good again this year. I'm going to go. King Henry or Pacheco? I go Henry. Just feel better about Henry's touches and touchdown upside in that Ravens offense. And I shortened the clocks tonight to 1:90, or 90 seconds, which is still a decent amount, but we got more rounds tonight, so I figured we'll clock a little bit. We're not here all night. Jorge Dominguez, select Tony Pollard or Jonathan Brooks, put him on IR, and get Chase Brown. If you don't need Tony Pollard, you're good at running back, I would get John. Put him on IR. Okay, we are on the clock here. Put him on IR. Well, I took Brees last night. I can't really do that again. I could go Bijan. Could go Jefferson. It's best ball. It's 3 wide receiver. It's 2 flex. I'm going to go Jefferson. That one was close. Yeah, I would. If you don't need Pollard right away, like if you're like, hey, I'm probably not going to start Pollard for the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, grab Jonathan Brooks, put him on IR, pick up Chase Brown or whoever off the waiver wire. That's what I would do. Now, if you're weak at running back and you're like, I might need Pollard early in the season, then just go ahead and take Pollard. I'm just Quinn, 12-team PPR, 2 flexes, Jordan Love, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Kyron Williams, Zamir White, Kincaid, Flowers, and Devonta Smith. At your flexes, that's fantastic for a 12-teamer. Very good. I don't know what your bench looks like, but your starting lineup is phenomenal. That's a 9. That's a 9. All right, we got Brees off the board. Couldn't go Brees and back-to-back. Can't have Brees on both these teams. If something goes wrong with Brees, then I'm in trouble. We got our first flag planted. Keith going Garrett Wilson over Bijan. We got our first flag plant. There it is. We know how Keith feels about Garrett Wilson. Very good. Rise, what's up? What do you think happens with? I have no idea what's going to happen with Chase and Ayuk. Like, what is going on with these guys? The dude practices for 2 days and then shows up today 10 minutes late in street clothes? What? I don't know. I mean, I got to think he's playing week 1. The guy has 2 years left on his deal. Like, he can't sit out this year. So, I think he'll be out there week 1. But he's barely practiced, though. We'll see what happens from now till the end of the season. Maybe he'll show up at practice every day. But I don't know. I don't ever remember a year like this where we got 2 high-profile wide receivers like Ayuk and Chase. Like, we're basically a week from the season. These guys still aren't practicing or really out there. Yeah, I don't know. Is Jordan Mason, JSC, is Jordan Mason worth stashing? Absolutely. He looks like the direct handcuff to Christian McCaffrey now. So, yes, definitely worth stashing if you got a deep enough bench, for sure. Brian, you finally made one. All right. What's up, Andrea? Hope your draft went well last night. Cerulean Dog is picking 7th. Who would you take? Well, you can look right here. This is pretty pretty standard. I think maybe you would see Brees in like a typical redraft league. You might see Brees a little earlier than this. You might see Bijan a little earlier than this, but you can see who the top guys are here. Pretty much these are the top guys in some order, usually. Olam, 12-man, half PPR. Got Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, Javonte Williams, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, DK Metcalf, Keenan Allen, Romeo Dobbs. So it definitely went hero RB with Henry, which is fine. You got Jerome Ford on the bench. You got Jake Ferguson at tight end. This is very solid for a 12-teamer. I mean, if Javonte or Ford or both are awesome to start the season, this team could be really, really good. 8.5. 8.5. Well done. Well done there. All right, JSC, thoughts on his starting lineup heading into week 1. Josh Allen, Gibbs, Gus Edwards, Devontae Adams, Puka McBride, and a kicker and a defense. I like everybody except Adams, but I think Adams is fine. I think he'll be fine. But, I mean, you got an elite quarterback, an elite running back, an elite wide receiver, an elite tight end. Gus Bus fine as RB2 to start the season. Adams fine as a wide receiver 2. Very, very good. You should – I don't know how many teams are in your league, but you should feel good about this team for sure. Michael, what's up? Who do I like more at flex, Swift or Aaron Jones? This upcoming week, definitely Aaron Jones. I'm a little nervous about Swift in that Chicago backfield. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to shake out. All right, so Jalen Waddle is the top pick here, but I took him last night. Kyron's still on the board. I don't really love any of these wide receivers outside of Waddle. Let's just go with Kyron here. It's best ball. Go with Kyron. Jimmy, I think with the same exact start he had last night, Chase Debo. Same exact start. And Jimmy and I flipped. Last night I was 5, he was 6. Tonight I'm 6, he's 5. Do I think Chase falls in drafts? I think he might. People will panic. People will worried. All right, this question of the day. What about Kyron Williams returning punts? If you listen to what McVay said, there's 2 key things he said. Number 1, I don't want Kyron to return punts. It certainly increases the risk of injury for him returning punts. Not a good thing. But the 2 things Sean McVay said, number 1, it allowed him to cut whoever, I guess, was fighting for the punt return job to free up a roster space or to add somebody else. But number 2, he said, we feel confident in guys like Blake Corum and Ronnie Rivers. Something like if need be. Not like we feel confident in those guys so we can reduce Kyron Williams' workload and have him return punts. Basically saying like, hey, if Kyron gets hurt returning punts, at least we have Blake Corum and Ronnie Rivers there. That's how I understood. To me, that sounds like Kyron Williams still going to be a workhorse running back. Now, is the risk higher of injury with him returning punts? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, can't even argue that. I mean, it's dangerous. He certainly could increase risk of injury. But that being said, he's going to be the workhorse when he's healthy. Got to hope he stays healthy. All right. Man. Decisions. I don't think in this format. And Jimmy getting Achane at 3.5. Very nice. I think I got to go DJ Moore here. Only because of the format. All right, Jake's got the 10 pick out of a 14-man ESPN. Do I go JT round 1 and then Etienne round 2? No. Please don't. I mean, look, it's not JT Etienne's not bad. It's not bad, but don't pass on. So, when we first started this channel and when I first started playing fantasy, and for most of the years I played fantasy, I always was preaching running backs are overdrafted, wide receivers go wide receiver heavy early because you can draft like the wide receiver 5 when everybody else is drafting the RB12 or whatever nonsense it was. It's most people have kind of caught on to that now, and you see a little more wide receiver heavy drafts, but not in ESPN. ESPN, they're still like, I need 50 running backs in the first 3 picks. But you don't want to be drafting like JT is fine. JT in round 1, I'm totally fine with that. I think JT could be a top 5 running back. But you don't want to draft a guy like Etienne, who's typically the RB, I don't know, 10, 11 off the board, something like that, when there's potentially like a top 5 wide receiver still on the board or a top 7 wide receiver still on the board, because the wide receiver 7 is going to badly outscore the running back 11. So I wouldn't go in saying I'm going to take JT and Etienne. Like if you get to your first pick and everybody's gone running back crazy, and like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson is still there, are you going to pass on those guys to get JT? I'm not. So take the value that falls to you. First couple rounds should just be best player available. Then you can start thinking about like, okay, do I want to focus on this position more or this position more? All right, so I actually debated. So Anthony got Isaiah Pacheco. I debated Pacheco where I took DJ Moore. The only reason I didn't take Pacheco is because in this format, it's a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex. Like you don't want to be left behind a wide receiver in this league. So I went with the upside wide receiver, DJ Moore. All right, Omar. Why am I so low on Devontae? The Minshew Pittman connection was great for fantasy last year. It was. And I talked about this. I've talked about this a couple times on stream, and I talked about it in one of the videos when I actually talked about Jacoby Myers. If you look at Pittman last year, a little over 50% of his routes were curls and slants. Reason being, because he was playing with Gardner Minshew, and Shane Steichen is a smart guy, and he knows like, hey, if I want to get my best player the ball, I can't dial up deep passing shots for Michael Pittman with Gardner Minshew. That's going to be an issue for Devontae Adams. Now, look, Devontae Adams can certainly run a slant or a curl, probably at one of the best in the league, but it's going to cap his upside. And he's also competing with Jacoby Myers, 2 good tight ends, in an offense that's going to want to throw the ball as little as possible. I think Adams will be fine. I don't think Adams is going to be like an outright bust. But I think if you're paying a second-round price for Devontae Adams, you're going to regret it, personally. Brian says, Chris going to be sniping me all night. That is the plan. Although you can get me back. On the way back, you get a chance to snipe me. All right, Interflux saying, I don't understand why DJ Moore is so low. Get the loaded wide receiver room, but the 49ers, Texans, Seahawks, Rams, even the Dolphins, all the same deep receiver room. Yeah, I think the difference is rookie QB, unproven rookie QB for sure. But I'm coming around on DJ Moore because I really think I don't think Keenan's going to have a bit. I think Keenan is only going to be out there in 3 wide receiver sets. I think we're going to see, obviously, DJ Moore is going to be out there like even in 1 wide receiver sets. It's going to primarily be DJ Moore. And then I think we'll probably see Romo Dunze in 2 wide receiver sets. Sometimes we may see Keenan in 3 wide receiver sets. if they want like a guy in the slot. But I don't think I think DJ Moore is going to be better than people think. So I've definitely come around on him. And Caleb Williams, I mean, I know it's his preseason, but man, he looked good. All right. Did he snipe me? Who did he take? Did he snipe me there? Amari Cooper? I'm going to say he sniped me. I don't mind that pick. Again, there are some good values on the board right now, but it's a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex league. Do not want to get left behind a wide receiver. Wait. Puka fell to you in round 5, so it felt like why not? What do you mean why not? How did Puka fall to you in round 5? There's no way. And Chris Olave in the 7th? What? There's no way. Last running back I would take in PPR at the 2-7. Probably Kyron. Maybe Henry. Maybe Saquon too. If he's there. If Saquon's there. Still on the board. Henry's close. Henry and Saquon are close. Drock has pick 8. Garrett Wilson or A.J. Brown. If you ask Keith, it's obviously Garrett Wilson. If you ask me, it's A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown is going to be great this year in that Kellen Moore offense. I think Garrett Wilson will be great too. I don't think you can really go wrong. But don't be surprised if someone like Chase is still there, or maybe even Jefferson. Jimmy says he's quitting. Jimmy, why are you quitting? You got Chase, Debo, Achane, Odunze. All right, Michael Amato likes my Rashee Rice pick. All right, thanks. JSC claiming it was a 12-team league. That is something. Good Samaritan. So I sniped you on Rashee Rice, huh? Good Samaritan Chris suddenly wants bad boy. Hey, he hasn't done anything bad in like months. He's fine. I would not say you're donezo. It's best ball. It's redraft. Yeah, Chase is definitely could get even if Chase starts practicing, could get off to a slow start. The fun of my roster has been sucked out. You got Romo Dunze. It's not fun about that. It's not fun about Romo Dunze. Will I go? Will I go QB or tight end here? I don't know. Again, it's a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex league. Interflux, are you saying Chase burned you last year? I see you got Odunze and Worthy. What's not fun about that? Oh, there is some. Man, there is some value on the board right now. This league is definitely, and it's also best ball, so man. Mm. Do I go back to back Patrick Mahomes drafts? Stack them with Rice? I'm gonna stack. It's best ball. Let's get that stack. Let's do it. Man, it's tough. Yeah, there's a lot of value on the board right now. It's tough deciding. Yeah, I think because it's best ball, go with that Mahomes stack, have that weekly upside. Michael, can you be here for every draft? You're like my hype man. Just be on every live stream and hype me up. Yeah, I like Worthy. Definitely like Worthy. All right, Sergio's got a team, 12 team, PPR. Burrow, Kyron, and Achane, and Chase, and Ayuk, and Rice, and Kincaid, and a kicker and defense. That's really good. That is really good. That's a 12-teamer. I mean, you got 2 great running backs, 3 great wide receivers, an elite tight end, a very good QB. That's a 9-5. Well done. Is this one of my best teams so far? Maybe. It's pretty good so far. Still a long way to go, though. Still a long way to go. Wet shoelaces. How crazy is reaching for that Josh Allen Kincaid stack? Took Allen in the second and Kincaid in the fourth. I mean, it's not crazy getting the Allen Kincaid stack, but I don't think I want Allen in the second. And I don't want Kincaid in the fourth. Like if you told me you got Allen in the third and Kincaid in the fifth, I'd be like totally fine with it. But I feel like you reached a little bit on those guys. So now if they're not great, you might regret it, but we'll see. Brian drafting all guys he doesn't have in other leagues. Hey, that's not a bad thing. All right, we're getting a QB run here for sure. Mahomes, Jackson, Allen, Hurts. I mean, if they're wet shoelaces, if they're guys, get your guys. It's redraft. You can't, you're not going to be doing 1,000 of these or like 100 of these. I mean, maybe you are. Probably not. Get your guys. Pick a keeper. Josh Allen in the 4th or Laporta in the 8th. I think you got it. I think you got to go Laporta in the 8th. It's not really a huge discount on Josh Allen. Maybe like a round and a half discount because of Josh Allen does go like late 2nd, early 3rd in some leagues for some reason. So I think I go Laporta in the 8th. Oh, we got a celebrity cameo. Austin's cast iron cooking. Yeah, sorry, we couldn't have a ringer in this draft. Couldn't have a ringer in here, so yeah. All right, AD with the super chat. Thank you. What do I think of his team? He's got Jordan Love, Gibbs, Pacheco, nice. CD, Devonta Smith, Kincaid, nice. Kenneth Walker, Pickens, nice. Yeah, that's a great team. I don't know how many teams in your league. I'm going to assume 10-teamer because you got CD and Gibbs and Pacheco and Devonta Smith. I mean, it might be a 12-teamer because, people are low on Gibbs for some reason. Maybe people were nervous about CD. He fell in your draft. People aren't very high on Smith. Maybe it's a 12-teamer. If it's a 12-teamer, it's a 9-5. If it's a 10-teamer, it's an 8-5. Well done. Zabby went 0 QB. Who'd your QB end up being? You just not have a QB? You're like, nah, I don't even need one. All right, it's a 10-teamer. 10-teamer, 8-5. Do you have a QB, Zabby? Miguel taking all the wide receivers. Marvin Harrison, Pickens, McLaurin, Lad McConkey, Christian Watson. Goff and Stafford's pretty good if you totally punt QB. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. How do I feel about drafting Gibbs and Achane? Great. We're talking week winning upside. Every week they're healthy. Can't ask for anything more. Rise saying his boy took Kelsey in the 2nd round. What do I think about that? I think that's way too early. Way too early. Whoa, we got bullied tight end by Vorador. Kelsey McBride. Vorador not scared, going bully tight end. Thoughts on Waddle this year? I still really high on Waddle. I know right now he's in like a red non-contact jersey. But I haven't heard anything that makes me think he's going to miss week 1. I really like Waddle this year. Comment of the night right here. Jimmy. Oh, we have got a serious tight end run here. We have had 4 tight ends in the last 8 picks. This is not tight end premium. This is a fantasy endgame league. I debated not even putting tight end in this league. But I know you guys will freak out if there's no tight end, so I left it in. But definitely not tight end premium. Treston Morgan, who am I keeping? Christian McCaffrey in the 1st or Garrett Wilson in the 14th? As much as it hurts to give up Christian McCaffrey, you got to keep Garrett Wilson in the 14th round. The guy's a consensus 1st rounder. You're like Garrett. You just get Garrett Wilson for free. Like here, just have Garrett Wilson for free. Got to be Garrett Wilson. Rise saying he got Waddle, Tankdell, Lamb, and Harrison. That is very good. That is a stacked wide receiver room right there. All right, let's see what Brian does here. Looks like he's going to time out. All right, he goes to Hollywood. That's a good pick. Man. Again, can I pass on the value here? I can pass on the QBs right now. Can I pass on the value here? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. James Cook, round 6. I can't. I can't say no to that. Can't say no to that. I sniped Jimmy. I can't say no to James Cook in the 6th round. I can't. Even in a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex league, I can't. Would I trade any of JSN, Flowers, or Addison for Brian Thomas Jr. in Dynasty? I would trade Addison for him. Probably not JSN or Flowers, but I think I would trade Addison for him. If you can get Brian Thomas Jr. in exchange for Addison, do it. Mason, I love your spelling of Cooper Kupp. I got to bring this one up. So we're gonna switch the K and the C. Luke Nakua was nice, but Kupp beat him. I love this whole chat right here. Cooper Kupp will be okay, but I think we've seen the best Cooper Kupp. I think Puka's the one there. Yeah, I hear you on the format, but man, I still really like James Cook this year. Who's on auto? GGG. You got to get off auto. How did GGG? Wait. Hold on. I'm going to pause the draft. All right, we got to get this guy off auto. One second. Okay, there we go. All right. Don't want any autos, especially when he's green. You fat fingered McMillan over Caleb last night? Wow, another bully tight end. Another bully tight end draft. Kincaid and Ingram. Who'd you take this time? Brian Thomas, good pick. Good pick. No problem, son. I'm here to lift you up, encourage you. I just sniped Brian again. That is kind of funny, Cerulean Dog. I took out Ingram for him to take him on the very next pick. Actually, Cook fell to the 6th round, Justin. That is round 6. But Justin, if you're just tuning in, This is a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex, full PPR league. So running back's not quite as valuable. But I was still happy with James Cook in the 6 as my RB2. And look, I'm happy at JSN as my wide receiver 4. I think, especially in best ball like this format, don't have to worry about those ups and downs. Just give me the ups. Yeah, AR in the 7th. Well done, Ale. Especially in this format, that's very good. In a super flex, Vicious asking in a super flex league, would I take CMC or Lamb over Stroud? Nope. Murray? Nope. Richardson? No. Nope. 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 Those guys can all be elite quarterbacks this year. I'm going with the QB. Yeah, AR in the 7th. Very well done. All right, Tomboy Respecter. I hope you and your wife are back together. But if not, let's help you out. 12 team half PPR. Got Josh Allen. That's good. Garrett Wilson, Debo, Flowers, Neighbors, Jamison Williams. That's good. Kenneth Walker, Najee Harris, Ford, Chuba, Dowdle. So obviously you went semi-zero RB, but I still really like it. I mean, between Walker, Najee, Ford, and Chuba, you should be fine early in the year. Obviously, you could work the waiver wire. You got Ferguson at tight end, so you got an elite QB. Got a lot of upside at wide receiver. Solid at running back. A very good tight end. That's it's probably a 9. Probably a 9. Well done. Well done. I think all the good tight ends have already been picked. Had quite a lot of tight ends go off the last couple rounds. Now, the team at 11 has an interesting team here. 3 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. He's about to time out.
Come on.
All right. What's with the timeouts? All right, well, he's back. Hopefully he won a Stroud. All right, Tomboy saying wife will move back in if I win week 1. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Brian, gonna battle it out over Muth? Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's best ball. I can draft a couple tight ends. Hope one of them are good. Maybe they can alternate good weeks. All right, Kyler Murray, good pick. Very good pick. We got another 2 tight end team. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. That will be interesting. That will be interesting. Justin, I can't draft a Bill and curse of risking a Super Bowl run. I don't think you have to worry about cursing a Bills Super Bowl run. They do that just fine themselves. How do I feel about Malik Neighbors getting the number 1 jersey? I mean, look, if the family of the team says it's okay, I guess it's okay, but I don't know. Why retire a number if you're just going to unretire it? And you're going to unretire it for a guy who's played exactly as many NFL snaps in the regular season as all of us. But I mean, hey, maybe he told the Giants, like, look, if you're going to make me play with Daniel Jones, you better give me number 1, or I'm gonna sit out my rookie year. And they're like, okay, no problem, have number 1. Mark, what's up? Davis Mills of the Patriots. Is that real? Did he go to the Patriots? The Brown Dasher, what is up? All right, let's see what Brian does here. Okay, Mason saying I went hero running back in my home leagues, and now I feel dumb because my running backs are JT, Benson, Zeke, Dowdle, Ray Davis, and Braylon Allen. Well, we're actually dropping a video on Friday about hero RB. And in that video, we specifically say you want to try to get your RB2 as somebody who's a starter on their team. Like, hero RB doesn't mean you just ignore RB for like 10 rounds. Like, you want to start trying to take those, like the Javonte Williamses, the Tony Pollards, the Jerome Fords, whoever else I'm forgetting in that range, those kind of guys. So you take that elite running back, JT, great. You stack up some wide receivers, maybe a QB, maybe a tight end, depending on how the draft falls. But then you go back to running back. You just waited too long on your second running back. So you're going to have to really work the waiver wire for your RB. JT is great. All right, another tight end off the board. I can't do it. I can't do it with I can't do it with D-Hop. Just can't pull the trigger on D-Hop. This is best ball. We want upside, upside, upside. All right, so Triple G said he's got a queue set up, but he's got to get going. So that's fine. He's got a queue. So he's going to be going on to auto. But I will not be switching his picks because it is a queue. Jimmy, you insta-click that Aaron Jones. That was like insta-click. I actually considered Aaron Jones there, though. Good pick. But I felt like, nah, I need a wide receiver. You're falling asleep. I mean, you're falling asleep. Aren't you like, how old are you? Like 25 years old. What do you mean you're falling asleep? That's something I would say. What do you mean you're falling asleep? Okay, you're 26. How old are you? How old are you, Jimmy? Are you even 30? Tell him, Benny. 28. 28. Far from old. Gotta go stretch a bit. Got to drink some Ensure and get to bed. Andrea won't say how old she is. Okay, that's fair. I won't ask. Yeah, tell him, Benny. Tell him. What is the 96 gang? Is that the year? That's not the year you were born, is it? Yeah, exactly. Tell him, Keith. It doesn't get any better. All right, let's go. I still can't do D-Hop. I'm sorry. Maybe. Andrea says, I'll tell you if you want to know. Okay. Tell us. 96 gang. That is crazy. That is 96, man. Good for you guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy your youth. Andrea, 66. I would have never guessed. I mean, obviously, I've never met you in person. I've only seen your picture that you used to have. Rise Above Sister was born in 96. Keep it civil, guys. 1979ers, stand up. I still can't stand up. Sad, sad, sad. Rise in 89. Hey, Keith, you got a fan. Soda says Garrett Wilson, #1 league winner. G will. Treston also 89. Right there, you and Rise at 89. You never know. You never know where these draft chats are going to go. You never know what direction these things are going to go. You think you're going to be on the stream talking fantasy football all night. Instead, you're talking ages and birth years. Benny in 83. A lot of 80s kids. Although I guess if you're born in 89, you're definitely not an 80s kid. You're a 90s kid. Fantasy football is paying 98. Benny, you're not dust. You're getting dusty, but you're not dusty yet. But you're getting dusty. Borodor also in 83. Yeah, if you're born in 89, you're a 90s kid. It would have been cool to be a 90s kid. You had a lot of good cartoons and shows in the 90s. Arthur Swanson, 1984. Turning 40 this year. Big 4-0. Yeah, the 90s. I mean, so many good cartoons, good shows in the 90s. Good music in the 90s. Yeah, 90s was a great decade for sure. Yeah, Turtles, X-Men, Batman the Animated Series.
Come on.
Yeah, 90s are great. Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead. Yes, definitely. Start of South Park, Simpsons. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins. Good hip-hop in the 90s, too. Hip-hop was still good. Yeah, 90s was great. Great decade, for sure. For sure. All right, I don't know what's going on with Team 11. Hopefully he's got a queue set up. I actually am getting tired. What happened? What did I just do? Why did it move that way? Yeah, it's definitely a better decade for the Chiefs. Oh, the NBA. Well, I will say the NBA. Early 90s was good for NBA. Mid to late 90s, it got like with the Miami Heat, New York Knicks, those playoff games where it's like first team to 70 would win the game. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Van Halen back in the 80s, David Lee Roth. 80s was okay. 80s had some good cartoons as well. I don't feel like the music was good in the 80s. Taysom snipe. Taysom snipe on Brian right there. Oh, man. I think Keith just logged off. He's no longer green. I think he drafted Taysom, dropped the mic, and went home. All right, back to fantasy, I guess. I took this year's tight end 1 and David Njoku. I'm not sure if I feel the same. We'll see. All right, Jason needs some help here in a 12-team half PPR. He's got Purdy, Henry, Walker, Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, Higgins, Walker. Again, he's got Kenneth Walker twice. Nice. Do you get to start him twice? Ferguson, Ford, Corum, Dowdle, Javonte Williams. I don't know what you need help with. This team looks great. It's a 12-team league. You got Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Terry McLaurin, and Higgins at wide receiver. You got Derrick Henry and Kenneth Walker. Ferguson at tight end. Ford, Corum, Dowdle, Javonte Williams on the bench. You don't need any help. You're good. Team is very good. All right, let's see if we can make this team very good. Probably not tight end here. Well, I just went 80 Mitchell. I don't know if I want 2 Bills. Anthony, I think they're okay. Triple G told me he was going to go on auto, but he set a queue. Team 11, I'm not sure. He's green. So hopefully he'll jump back on here. I got to figure out how did I mess this up? How do I get this back over? Here we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, there. Oh, no, it's even worse. There it is. All right, we're back. We're back. Who do I draft with the 4th pick? Well, you can see right there. probably going to have McCaffrey, Hill, CeeDee Lamb top 3. And then you got to choose between Amon-Ra, Jefferson, Chase, maybe Brees, maybe Bijan. If it's PPR, go Amon-Ra. If it's half, I'm okay with Brees or Bijan. Arthur really likes my 2 running backs. Thank you. Wow, Brian with the got double sniped. He was going to take Chase or Taysom. Double sniped. How would 2 point per sack on defense affect how you approach defenses? I mean, usually the thing I look for when I'm streaming a defense in the one league I'm in that still uses defenses, teams that get high sacks going against QBs that take a lot of time. So it really wouldn't change. It really wouldn't change how I view defenses. All right. Simply because we have Kyron. Let's get Blake. Just in case Kyron dies returning a punt. Oh, I just sniped Brian again. Jimmy's just gonna take his stacks and take a snooze. All right, old man. Go with Caleb there. Oh yeah, Caleb makes sense. You got Keenan and Odunze. Caleb definitely makes sense. I don't know if I was thinking before the draft that I would probably go 2 QBs because it is best ball. Fat Keenan, yes. But I don't know with Mahomes, like, do I even need a second QB? Your spirit animal. Are you Fat Jimmy right now? Grant says he has a draft tomorrow where for QBs it's +1, -1 for completions, incompletions. Well, certainly in that, like, I think in that type of format, a guy like Mahomes probably becomes more valuable. I mean, Mahomes could legit lead the league in completions this year. I'll also say somebody I think could be a sneaky good value in a format like that is Jaden Daniels. Because I think the Commanders are going to run a lot of quick, short passes. I think he could have a very high completion percentage. But you probably want to avoid the more volatile guys like Anthony Richardson, probably not going to be a top quarterback in that league. Benny got the Dak Lamb Cook stack. That's nice. Keith had a ribeye. Very nice. Very nice. All All right, Mike feels weak at tight end. He's got Goddard. Would you drop Jamison Williams for someone like Taysom Hill, Kate Otten, Komet? No. Just go with Goddard. Look, if Goddard's terrible, drop Goddard after week 1 for one of those tight ends. Don't drop Jamison Williams for some other crappy tight end. NMB drafted yesterday, grab Chase, FML. I mean, okay, let's just say hypothetically, Chase doesn't play week 1, even week 2. Like, does it really matter? Does it really matter? Like Chase will be out there eventually, probably week 1, because how can he can't really sit. He has like what leverage does Jamar Chase have? He's got 2 years left on his deal. Like what's like CD? Okay, I get it. Ayuk, okay, I get it. You want to get paid? You want an extent? Chase, I don't get Chase. Like you've had one elite season. It was when you were a rookie. Like what are you doing? Go out there, dominate this year like CD did last year, and then next year ask for the bag. Yeah, I don't get what Chase is doing at all. Oh, Brian is very nervous right now. Says, "Don't do it, Keith." Will he do it? Was it Mike? Was Mike Williams? Oh. Oh, he did. He wanted Mike Williams. Oh, he sniped him on Mike Williams. No way. I'm feeling bad for Brian. I feel like Brian has been sniped like every round. Am I taking running back? Maybe. We'll see. I need to start taking some running backs at some point. But it's best ball. I'm not too worried about it. And we have waivers, so who'd he go with there? Hawkinson. All right. Are any of these running backs even worth grabbing yet? Probably not. Could go move for that second tight end. There are some guys I like here, though. Fryermuth is by his week 9. When's Njoku's by? Open. Where's his bye week? Week 10. All right, let's just go with Muth and be done at tight end. Brian doesn't know what he's doing anymore. NMB saying, "Can you not? My whole team is high upside, high risk, guys." That's how you should be in this format. This is best ball. Don't you have two Achilles, Jimmy? You can give Dobbins an Achilles. Yeah, it's true. You're old. You're old. Rob said a guy on Facebook showed his 12-team roster with Tyreek Hill and Bijan Robinson. Said someone traded him Bijan for Olave and James Conner. Well, congrats to him. Benny got the Goff Laporta stack. Nice. I think I could still wait there. Yeah, let's go here. It's best ball. It's a gamble. I can drop him. I can drop him if need be. Well, there you go, Brian. I can't snipe you now. And then I sniped you on Bateman. Yep. Get your guy. It's get your guys time. Only got 2 more picks. Well, 3 more for some people. Nothing wrong with Jaleel there, Brian. Is it 17 rounds? You could be right. Oh, you're right. It is. 4 more picks. Still get your guys time though. Yeah, it's good. I need more running backs probably. So Yo Anthony has the Hurts AJ Brown stack. Cousin London stack. That's nice. Miguel's got the Kyler Marvin Harrison stack. Herbert Ladd McConkey. Keith with the Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir. And then looks like a naked Stafford so far. Brian and unstacked Lamar. Jimmy got Burrow, Chase, Caleb, and every Bears wide receiver except DJ Moore. Ailes got an unstacked Richardson, but he got him at a good price. And he's got the T-Law Gabe Davis stack. Benny with the Cowboys stack and the Goff Laporta stack. Very nice. Triple G currently with an unstacked Love, but still actually they might not. Nope, they're gone. Yep. Clayton got the Purdy Ayuk stack. Then an unstacked Jaden Daniels. That's fine. I was going to stack with Bateman. Well, yeah. Jar, DK Metcalf or Waddle? I go Waddle. Unless we start hearing something that he's like really in doubt of missing time. But I don't think so. He's out there practicing. Is Lawrence worth taking in single QB leagues? I mean, if you punt your QB, sure. Like Jimmy did last night. All right. I do probably need running backs, but the siren call of the wide receivers, I cannot resist. Oh, he's still on the board too. Let's go with the new wide receiver 2 in Washington. Now, this is definitely take your guys' time. ADP out the window. Benny was very happy to get Ray Davis. Well, yeah, Luke McCaffrey is going to be the slot wide receiver. Danny Brown is going to be the other outside wide receiver. So it's going to be obviously Terry out there almost every snap. So when they have one wide receiver, it's going to be Terry. When they have two without a slot, it's going to be Terry and Diami Brown. When they have two with a slot, it'll probably be Terry and Luke. And when they have three wide receivers, it'll be all three of them. But I like Luke in that slot role. They were trying to force Dotson into that slot role. They've been looking for that slot guy this offseason. I think that offense is going to feature the slot heavily. And if I'm wrong, I drop him. It's best ball. NMB, what team are you? You're a team in here? Oh, that was fast. Back to me. Man. Probably need okay. It's probably time to settle down. Let's go with some high-end handcuffs. All right, Frank, what's up? Needs keeper advice. CMC, JT, Lamar. Just any two, like no round penalties. I think you got to go CMC, JT. If it's just keep two, no round penalties or anything, CMC, JT. You can still get a good quarterback. No, Benny, you didn't mess me up. I don't know. I mean, you definitely didn't mess me up with the Chubb pick. We know this. But Do I think we're overlooking Caleb's rushing? Think we'll end up regretting taking Daniels? If we end up regretting taking Daniels over Caleb, it's not going to be because of the rushing. Sure, Caleb will run some, but he's not going to run. He's not going to run to the same degree as Jaden Daniels. Like Jaden Daniels could legit get 800 plus rushing yards. Caleb Williams could maybe get like 300-ish, 400-ish. Like think like Mahomes, kind of. Okay, where's your team, NMB? Let me see. I don't know. Repost your team, NMB. Otherwise, I have to scroll way up, try to find it. Good luck to you too, Frank. All right, now we are down to our last two picks. All right, Purdy, Achane, Warren, Chase Brown, Corum, Tracy, Chase, Debo, Rice, Deontay Watson, Polk, McBride, 12-team PPR. Love your wide receivers. I mean, Chase, Debo, Rice, Deontay Watson, Polk, fine, whatever. You got a great tight end. I like Achane. Your RBs behind Achane certainly frighten me. Purdy's fine in the 12-teamer. But because of that running back, like I just wish there was one more running back I felt okay about. I mean, I do like Chase Brown and I do like Corum, but they're, probably going to need some help. I'll still give it an 8. It's at least an 8, maybe 8.5 in a 12-teamer. Still a very strong team. Mr. Burnout, do people typically draft defense? Only if you play in leagues with defenses. If you play in a league with defenses, you should probably draft. Well, I'll say this. If I play in a league with defense and we were drafting today, I wouldn't draft the defense yet. Too early. Put somebody on your bench. Put somebody on your bench. You never know what's going to happen. Run CMC, what is up? Welcome back. All right, another ACL guy. See, this is the problem. There's wide receivers I like here. Do I really need another running back? Let's go Gino to stack with JSN. Pollard and Chubb went in round 6 in my league. Yeah, I believe it. Drop Hollywood for Blake Corum? I would not drop Hollywood for Blake Corum. No. Here's the thing. In week 1, Hollywood is probably going to be... Well, he didn't go on IR. Hopefully your league lets you put out players on IR. That would be ideal. But no, don't drop Hollywood for Blake Corum. Blake Corum still needs a Kyron injury. All right, final picks here. Got a tight end run. I doubt Ale will go tight end. He's got 3. Oh, Jimmy, you sniped me right there. Well done. I've been thinking about McMillan for like the last 2 rounds. Just thinking about McMillan for the last 2 rounds. Well done. All right, do we like anybody here? Not really. What about here? Payback. I mean, 17th round. Benny, thoughts, Chris, on what? What did I miss? What did I miss, Benny? Thoughts on what? This is definitely a fun draft. It's gonna be a fun league to play in. It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Good draft, everybody. Thanks for everybody who joined us. Benny, I think you got a great team. Yeah, definitely. No problem, Jimmy. Go get some shut-eye, Jimmy. I know it's way past your bedtime. Am I worried about Kyron with the it's not a downgrade. Am I worried about Kyron being punt returner? Sure, because it increases the risk of injury. Am I worried about Kyron losing touches? No. No. Ryan, thanks and no thanks for the laughs. Yeah. All right, everybody. That'll do it. I think I will be streaming at least one more real league, but not against you guys on Sunday. And I think Pierre has 2 on Saturday. So check that out. And of course, we got our videos coming. And week one is almost here. The season's almost here. So get ready for those start sit videos. Those will be dropping this weekend. All right, everybody. Thanks again. And we're actually going to do an underdog draft now. I know Jimmy won't be joining us because he's going to bed. But for those of you who aren't too tired, we'll be doing an underdog draft here pretty soon if you want to come tune in with us on that. So good draft, everybody. A lot of fun. We'll see you guys later. Have a great night.